Hi everybody. So what I wanted to talk about today is some of you might know that in my very first video I talked a little bit about how I am going to apply kind of laws of attraction, positive thinking into business, actually into myself, to see actually if it makes a difference. So I think what I'm going to do, I have not really rehearsed anything and I don't really want to edit, so I'm going to it's going to be a little bit raw. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little bit of background as to how I decided to kind of apply more positive thinking into my life, and what am I doing in order to do that, and how has it been going so far. So these are going to be the 3 points that I'm going to cover, hopefully under 10 minutes. So the reason why I kind of, the reason why I kind of wanted to do kind of more positive thinking, as some of you might know, I work as a psychotherapist, so I do have a quite serious job, and I work for National Health Services, and currently practicing in National Health Services in the UK. So, and I do have quite a few patients. I think every week at the moment I've got something like maybe 30 patients that I see, maybe a little bit less, maybe more like 26. However, it's a lot of patients, so I'm kind of quite experienced, and I'd like to think that that I'm a good enough therapist. I may not be wonderful, but I'm good enough, that I know my stuff. I've been doing it for quite a long time, and I practice cognitive behavior therapy. So cognitive behavior therapy, the idea is very basic, and it's very similar to laws of attraction, interesting enough, that it's our thoughts, what goes through our minds affects the way we feel, affects the way we behave. So it's kind of like a vicious cycle, like a cycle that we get caught in. And so over the years, obviously, I talk about this model to my patients, because that's what you do. And also I guide my patients to do mindfulness. I guide my patients to do meditation, relaxation. But I kind of realized actually, whilst I was working with a patient, that there was a core belief that came up, and beliefs are like they're usually formed, like most of us have got positive and negative beliefs about ourselves, about others, and about the world, and they're formed between the ages of like 0 to 7, kind of culturally, upbringing, experiences. So these things kind of shaped our personality, and I know all of this obviously because I teach this to people. So as I was working with a patient, I kind of noticed that one of their beliefs was very similar to mine, which I have not really consciously thought about it up until this point. And then I kind of started to pay a little bit more attention to myself as to what was going on with me. And I kind of started noticing that I became quite negative over the years, and which is so, that's such a hypocritical thing to do, because, you know, I teach people to be a certain way, but yet I am not applying those principles onto myself. So this is kind of the realization that I came to, that I was no longer happy with myself, that I was not necessarily paying attention to what was going on with myself or reflecting on my feelings. I was just kind of running from one thing to another, and like by listening so much, I literally forgot how to speak. And this is why I kind of struggle to speak in front of the camera as well, because I just listen. Like that's what I've been doing forever. So so this was the kind of development of my decision making as to how I need to be a little bit more positive. Like I want to go back to that, because I was a lot more positive person, but I suppose kind of life started to build on, and then like I had kids and things got really busy, and when you're so busy and you're a working mom and you're trying to kind of do everything, it's just kind of becomes a little bit too much, that you no longer have that time. It's almost like a luxury to think and reflect and think about what is going on for you, basically. So in that sense, I kind of decided that it was my time. I'm going to do something about the way I'm feeling. And so I decided that I started reading Think and Grow Rich, which is a wonderful book, and I also kind of started watching some YouTube videos like about kind of laws of attraction, and I kind of previously didn't really believe it. I kind of thought, oh, like I'm gonna think positive and things are gonna be good. No, there's a lot more to it. It's not just like think positive and things are gonna be good, because it's more about the beliefs that I was just talking about. So it's kind of a lot more like the belief. It's almost like you have to fix the problem from the root up. So you cannot fix the problem from leaves to roots, if that makes sense. So if I was a flower, obviously I need to sort out what is going on at the root. I cannot just keep spraying some fancy spray to make my leaves you know, all green and shiny when the root is actually rotting. So then I kind of started reading this book, started watching YouTube videos, and then I also kind of came across somehow, which was amazing, Deepak Chopra's Abundance 21-Day Challenge. So this is actually what I wanted to talk about the most. So this is now the second part where this is what I'm doing. Besides doing some other things, like I do some visualization and stuff, but mostly I'm going to talk a little bit about the Deepak Chopra's 21-day meditation abundance, like a challenge. So we have been doing it with my husband. So actually I am on like day 12 maybe, but I am not actually on day 12. I just finished day 6 today, and the reason for that is that like some days I just kind of felt that I couldn't get like deep into the focusing, centering thought, that this is what he teaches. And so I gave some actually challenges, like more than one day. So it wasn't like I was always actively doing something. Like it wasn't like, oh, I just don't have time today, I'm not going to do anything. So I'm on day 6. I just finished day 6, and how has it been so far? It's so crazy, because when you start this journey, okay, the first thing is, the most important thing, and the first thing is to start becoming a lot more aware. And I bloody know this because I teach this to people. I ask them to keep diaries to become aware of their emotions, of their thoughts, and of their behaviors. So I started to kind of really catch myself that awareness was getting really a lot more prevalent. That so something happens, something triggers a thought, and I jump into an automatic thought, which would be my default within the last few years, which is a little bit negative default as of late. And so I would kind of jump into that. But now what started to happen is that I was noticing that I was going into the negative automatic thinking that is I'm trying to get out of. And so I have certain habits of doing things like in my mind. So certain habits, what I mean by that is that there are certain patterns that I realize that I have, and one of them would be like self-compassion, but it's just too much to a level that it kind of paralyzes me, that I'm not moving forward from the self-compassion. It just feels a lot nicer just to sit here and feel sorry for myself rather than actually do something about it. So now I'm kind of started to notice these patterns with the help of this like 21-day challenge. And also I've been doing some other things. So one of the other things that I have been doing is some imagery. Like I have actually been putting on like one of those meditation musics at nights for 10 minutes, just kind of imagining things, dreaming about what I would like to be, like what I would like my life to be, and kind of actually making my peace with that I would be okay with whatever happens, because this is what I've been given, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. I can accept this. I've got so many good things going on for me. And I suppose it's very important that you have to find the happiness within right now. It's not something out there in the future. And so I kind of started to kind of think a little bit like this and visualize what I want out of life, but also kind of thinking about how happy I am as it is right now, that I don't need anything else. I don't need cars, houses, yachts, blah, blah, blah. These are all materialistic things that we all love, no doubt. but none of them are necessary and none of them are going to make you happy. And I know that in my heart. So what I really want is to be a calm, happy person regardless of the situation. So one of Jim Carrey's sayings that I really love, what he says, that I wish everybody could be famous and rich just to realize that it's not the answer. So I kind of know that within myself. So in a way, yes, I want more abundance in my life, and I'm taking steps to bring more abundance into my life. But my life as it is perfect. It's fine. So it's important to kind of really come to that realization, because when you kind of detach that need to have something more, I feel that things happen a little bit easier. But maybe they won't, and that's okay, because my ultimate aim is to be happy with what it is right now. So I'm on day 6. I really feel those changes. So change 1 is awareness. I'm becoming a lot more aware of my own patterns. So you have to know your enemy to defeat your enemy. So I'm becoming aware of my enemy and when it is in activation. And also the other way it's helping me is through kind of keeping me calm, allowing me to actually make different choices, allowing me to understand all of my previous and current choices, but also allowing me to make a decision, a conscious decision to make a different kind of choices. And like I kind of became a lot more generous as well. Like I kind of want to give more, because I realize you can't just take out of this life. I mean, life already has given me a lot. Is it perfect? No, but what is perfect? Like, that's life. So I mean, if it was perfect, we would probably think it's not perfect, because imperfections actually make it perfect. There's always something to work for, isn't it? Because when there's nothing to work for, you know, what is the point of life? So it's perfect. The amount of troubles I've got is relevant to the growth that I want to have, if that makes sense. Okay, so awareness and kind of allowing me to make different decisions and choices. So I suppose that kind of covers the third objective that I had, like how has it been helping me? So it has been helping me with these things. And also, like, I realized that I kind of, I'm just so tired. Like, each time I turn on YouTube, I see an ad, and they target me. Like, all the e-commerce people, like, they heavily target me. And it's always like, oh, come to my free seminar, whatever. And it's like, I'm just so tired of people trying to sell stuff, you know, like, and I just kind of want to be one of those people who wants to just give free information, like, you know, no agenda. I mean, what happened to like just being good, like without any agenda? So this is really what I want to be. I mean, I don't want to be a Mother Teresa. Why not? But that's not what I'm getting at. It's just that, you know, it's not all about just gaining something. I think when you let that need go, like sometimes you can just be good for being good. And it's perfect just to be good, because it's good to be good, because it's good. So I'm just so tired of like everyone is trying to sell me something and get me to somewhere. And I just, you know, like I have some ideas in my mind, like creating a group where no one sells anything to anyone, but we just make each other feel good, like, you know, with positive encouragement and, you know, other things in life other than just, you know, like, possessions, basically. So yeah, like it's been really good in that sense. What I'm going to do, I'm going to update on a regular basis how the challenge is going and how it's affecting my life. Have I kind of, you know, as some people talk about it, like have I kind of came to some amazing money? No, nothing like that yet. Has any miracles happened? I think you can see anything as a miracle, but nothing kind of significant happen at the moment. But I'm hopeful. I'm not waiting for it, because my ultimate goal is to be happy. But like I feel that I just feel that I'm getting my train on track. Like I have that sense. And so One more thing, actually, very, very true thing, very interesting thing, is that I kind of decided that I'm not going to bust my ass to to do e-commerce, or to do affiliate marketing, or to do whatever it is. So what I'm actually doing is that I'm doing my exercises. I'm reaching the best version of myself. I want to be good just to be good. And like, I'm just going to wait for universe to bring whatever it's going to bring to my life. So I'm curious, like, is it going to show me the way? Because I do want these things, and I'm willing to work for them, but I don't want to pull a dead horse. So this is why I think I'm going to wait for the signals that universe brings into my life, if it does. So I suppose this is it for now. And so I'm going to update on a regular basis as to how I'm doing in terms of like my positivity challenge, how the 21-day challenge goes. I'm only on day 6. If anything has changed in my life, if there are any questions, like, please, I tend to digress quite a lot because, as I said, I forgot how to speak because I only listen. That's what I've been doing for the last 15 years with everyone. So like, if I've missed anything, if anything I said did not make sense, please do comment. So I'll do my best to no, I won't do my best. I will respond, okay? It's not like I have many subscribers at the moment anyway. I think I'm the only one who's watching my videos. And I think my husband looked at it a little bit the other day. But I think that was it. And I think that was the 3rd person who was watching my video. But hey, that was the fun of it. So yes, and nice to see you again, if someone out there. And hopefully reconnect again. Bye. Peace.